This weekend I'm going to be running the Berlin Marathon. I'm currently at Heathrow Airport and we're just getting ready for some lunch before we travel. Today is Friday and the marathon is taking place on Sunday. So we've got a couple of days to explore Berlin, get ready for the run on Sunday, and then Monday we've got some extra time to explore Berlin and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm currently in Wagamama, just about to order some lunch, and then we're flying with British Airways to Berlin, arriving I think around 3 p.m. So just going to order and then we're going to be on our way. So join me for a weekend in Berlin. So I've made it to Berlin. The flight here was so smooth, very quick. We're actually staying at the Westin Grand Berlin, who are actually sponsoring me to do the Berlin Marathon, which is amazing. Feel very fortunate that they're doing this. And so before we officially move into our room, I thought I'd give you a little room tour because it is so beautiful and we've got the most gorgeous view. So let's have a look round. So we're on the 5th floor, so pretty high up. The atrium is massive. I'll show that to you in a minute. Door here, and then you come in, you've got the bathroom, so I'll show you that in a second. And then this is the bedroom. Absolutely ginormous bed. It looks very comfortable and will definitely be needed after my marathon and also beforehand because we're not going to do too much exploring. Then as you come around, you've got a chaise longue, which looks very pretty against the backdrop, which is Berlin. I mean, look at that amazing building there. Bedside table with phone, plugs on either side, very important. Also got USB ports and also USB-C, which is great. And then moving around from the bed, you've got a little desk area here. Then let's quickly look at the view. So it's actually really warm in Berlin this weekend, which kind of nervous about, but it's also really lovely at the same time. And the hotel is really well located for the marathon, very close to the finish line, which is great. So I don't have to trundle back on the tube or anything. I think we can just walk, which will be amazing. Big mirror here. We've got our bags here, coffee station, which will be very important. Although I don't really drink coffee before I run for obvious reasons. And then what have we got in here? A little fridge. That will be good. So I'll get some waters and some bits because I love looking around supermarkets in different countries. And then wardrobe space in here. We've got a gown with slippers, and then show you in the bathroom, which looks very lovely. It's a little sink here, massive mirror, which is great. And then you've also got one of these up close mirrors, which are also very good sometimes. Loo, and then a really big rainfall shower, which looks really, really lovely. So this is the room again. It looks so lovely. Perfect for a few days in Berlin. So now we've checked in, we're going to go to the Marathon Expo where I have to pick up my bib number. You can also go around and look at lots of merchandise and things like that. So we will catch up at the expo. I am back from dinner and the expo, so I thought I'd show you what you get given. So actually, first of all, you get given a wristband, and I don't think you can take this off until you finish running the marathon, which is definitely different, not had that before. I'd pre-purchased this bag so that you can take it to the start line with all your stuff. Then I got my bib number. I got my finisher t-shirt. I always find it really weird that they give you the finisher t-shirts before you even run the marathon, but I guess it's easier on the day. So it looks like this, which is quite nice. I got it in a medium. They had so much merch there. Some of it was quite nice. I really liked the heritage range, which they had, which was definitely 80s inspired. I thought that was cool. But then let me show you what you get in the rest of the bag. You get some instant noodles, which I love. Ooh, a little perfume, Adidas Energy Drive. Ooh, an electrolyte from this brand. And then for dinner, we went to a place which was about 30 minutes from the expo. We had schnitzel, sat outside. And then because I need to drink a lot tomorrow with the marathon and keep hydrated, we went to a supermarket, which is my favorite thing to do when I'm on holiday. And we did look around, didn't have a proper look around, but I did find these, which I thought I needed to try. And it's called squeezy syrup. Now I'm hoping this is like squash, which you get in the UK, which you just put a little bit in water. And I got the iced peach tea flavor. Also got the cherry one. So for breakfast, I've gone for a yogurt and granola with a cherry compote, a couple of pain au chocolat, some tea obviously, apple juice which looks delicious, and this is my omelette. I went for bacon, chive, and I think that's it. I just wanted to keep it quite basic. So we've come out for lunch and we've got currywurst with fries, and this is my first currywurst in Germany, so I'm looking forward to it. So this is what it looks like: fries, currywurst, ketchup and curry powder, which I thought sounded really delicious. It just tastes like a Frankfurter. Really delicious though. And I also went for a peach iced tea because I love them. Now we're going on a bit of a walk to see a few of the sites. I don't really want to walk too much today just to save my legs, but I can't really help it because there is so much to see. There are also so many runners in Berlin. There were so many groups of people. Our shakeout run this morning, there were loads of people out. It feels like a bigger atmosphere than when I've done London Marathon before, with so many groups here. Honestly, it's amazing. We're continuing with our walk and we've stopped at a bakery called Round and Edgy, which sells cookies, gluten-free ones too. They bring them out in a bag like this, which I thought was really cool. I went for a nut one, which looked delish, with chocolate chip. It is a big boy. We're also in such a cool little area. We've just been by Alexanderplatz, which was amazing. But the streets are just so cool. Everyone's out eating, so many people cycling. I'm gonna save the rest when we get back to the hotel. We've come into the most amazing supermarket on our way back to the hotel. I'm just gonna show you a few things. I have seen the biggest Haribo selection ever. They've got veggie ones, loads of different flavors that I've not seen before. I have seen these before, but these are my favorites. They're the berry variety. I know it's not groundbreaking, but Haribo watermelon, delicious. I'm not sure I would like this flavor, but it's ginger and lemon. Haribo strings. I'm also going to go and look at the crisp section because that is my ultimate favorite. I also need to pick up a packet of crisps to have at the end of the marathon because they kind of give me this boost. I think it's the salt. There are a few in the Lay's brand that I've not seen before. KFC, Subway Teriyaki, again sounds delicious, pizza flavor Pringles, and also ketchup. Not sure about that, but pretty cool. Another aisle which cannot be missed is pickles, and they have got a very good selection here. These sliced ones look delicious. This jar looks so good. They're sliced so thinly. Moving on to capers, would you ever need this? A mini caper jar. How cute is that? Just back from dinner and had the biggest bowl of pasta. It was so delicious, but I am definitely ready for bed. It's about 9 p.m, so I just want to get in bed, scroll on my phone and go to sleep. But before I do, I thought I'd show you what's in my race pack ready to take with me to the start line tomorrow. First of all are my gels. These are the High Five berry flavor ones. And I love these. I always say it, but I actually do think these taste like a berry smoothie. They are so good. Salt stick chews. These are the peach flavor. I've used these, I think, since my first marathon, and I really like. I'm undecided if I'm going to wear my running vest, but I might take this water bottle with me just to hold, as it's very squidgy and light. These are an essential. Who knows what the Portaloos are going to be like, but at least I will have this as backup. Body Glide for anti-chafing. My Birkenstock plastic slidery shoes, again, just really nice to put on after you've been wearing your trainers all day. So I'm gonna get ready now, go to sleep. So I will see you in the morning for marathon day. We've just checked out of the hotel, had breakfast, and we've got all of today to explore Berlin. Our flight, I think, is around 9:20 from Berlin Airport, so we really do have a lot of time to explore. My legs are not feeling too bad. Going downstairs is actually harder than going up, and we're going to get the U-Bahn now to the DDR Museum, which is all about what it was like living in East Germany, and then just go around bits of Berlin that we haven't seen yet, because I kind of didn't want to do too much exercise before the marathon. I don't know whether I mentioned this before, but when you run the Berlin Marathon, your ticket gives you free access to the public transport here in Berlin, which I think is amazing. Your bib number is your ticket, but they also send you a voucher to show if anyone does ask, but I haven't been asked the whole weekend. We're in the museum now, so I will report back once we've gone round and let you know what I think. So we've just left the DDR museum and it was really interesting. If you want to learn more about what it was like living in East Germany, they had replica flats of what it was like living in East Germany during that period. Just loads of information. I love learning about that era, so I enjoyed it. But I would say the actual museum needs a bit of an update. Like, there's a lot of opening doors to read quite small text, and it was really busy in there. I think it's probably because it's the Berlin Marathon weekend. Overall, I would recommend it. I thought it was interesting. And now we're going to head to the East Side Gallery, which looks amazing, and also pick up a coffee